Gonna be playing pretty cautiously on a board like this. This is probably close to the median. We're ahead of all of his air. He checks again, I think like we're just crushing. It's a very favorable spot, I guess. I was saying we're just crushing an EV with our range. So I'm just gonna be betting quite liberally here. Even if we do have the best hand now, I think bet is probably higher EV. Okay, could consider check raising here with a 10. I think I'd be more likely to check raise if I had like ace 10, king 10. So I think we're just gonna call here. Yeah, consider donking. I actually think I am gonna donk here. You know what? I haven't really studied donking, but I think this would be a good spot for donking. We've condensed a ton. The 5 is pretty blank. Okay, anyway, the ace is gonna be better for him than it is for me. Gonna be checking. He should probably be betting the ace at a super high frequency, and I think we're just gonna have to call most bets here with their 10. That's okay. Okay, great flop for us. I think this is a board where we probably size up a little bit. We just have like queens and kings that want to choose a larger sizing. Queens mostly, I guess. Ace jack. King's a better card for us than it is for him. Range is going to be super high EV here, but I think with this particular hand, maybe a check is the best. Big bet from him. We blocked the hearts. I guess like he probably shouldn't be blocking with the bluffing with the ace of hearts. He calls the flop bet. He shouldn't have a ton of kings. He just has the flush. Bummer. Yeah, I guess he's probably never betting a jack for that size. It's an interesting spot. Maybe we just bet the king turn. This is probably a little bit loose to defend. Yeah, I think his flop check is pretty capping. Hmm. Oh, his flop check was pretty capping. Why does he just call? All right, so our range is crushing on this board. We're going to be playing pretty aggressively here. Going to be choosing a larger c-bet size because we have nines, tens, jacks. All those hands prefer to use a larger sizing. Probably just range betting here, even with kings. To consider checking back, but I think range bet's probably just standard. It's a huge open. Guess we're just folding fives from the small blind probably. Yeah, might be doing that to a normal size open. Not a big fan of his bet there. Doesn't really make much sense. Okay, I'm gonna be sizing up on my C bet here. Pretty hard for him to have just like completely nothing. Like a lot of his hands have some form of gut shot or backdoor or pair. I think I could mix three bet this hand here, especially with as a squeeze. Have a 70 in the random. I think we're gonna go for it here. Pretty good flop for our hand. He should be checking pretty much his whole range here, right? Yeah, definitely. So he's got some stronger hands here, but I think our hand is just like, we have the ace of clubs, we have the five, we benefit from getting him to fold. I mean, I think we just have to go with it. Pretty small three bet here with eights. I think we just call. No real other option. Okay, we're definitely not folding to the flop as long as he's a reasonable size. If he goes really small, we might actually check raise. So he goes for a little bit larger size. I don't think we really check raise at this size, but this is the perfect hand to do it with suits wise. See, the trouble is we're gonna have a tough time realizing our equity here. So I think of the flush draw with the pair of eights. Okay, we need about 25% equity to call. We might have that with the flush draw, though we could just have some reverse. Maybe it's just a fold. We have a weak flush draw. Got like third pair, really hard for us to improve cleanly. I think I'm just gonna let that one go. Not so sure though. All right, that looks like 15 minutes. Cool.